Deep Ridge, alright. This is the last of like the really long orb gathering levels and stuff. So that's good. There is a lot of levels of orbs, but there's only like 2 really big ones, the Eye and Deep Ridge. And this one also has another ring and another spot, but it's not as big of a deal. It's not like as pivotal of a spot. And whatever, it's also kind of near the center, so yeah. So I definitely would like to do more Pokemon, but it's a lot of work, and I definitely want to do something unique. Like, if I do a Nuzlocke, I don't want just to be a Nuzlocke. I want it to be a randomizer Nuzlocke. I don't want to ever just do a straight playthrough, because I want to do something that either no one's done or not many people have done before. Something, something that makes it worth watching and going to. And I really do like Let's Playing, and I really want to get more into it. I've always wanted to get more into it. It's fun. The Queen has knowledge of the time machine. Well, that's something that I wouldn't have known if you hadn't told me, so thank you. It's just fun to Let's Play. I get to show off. I mean, I get to have, like, just a list of games I've completed. Anyone's like, hey, have you ever beat Ecco the Tides of Time on hard mode? I can be like, well, yeah, I have. And they'll be like, can you prove it? And I can be like, yeah, I have the recording. I mean, I haven't beat it yet as of this moment, but, well, not on camera at least. Actually, that's not entirely true. I recorded just to see how fast I could get through the game, sort of like a speed run, sort of. But whoops, low battery. One moment, please. Whoops, that was my mistake. I forgot to plug in my computer. Yes, I'm playing on a computer for Steam controller, but so anyways. Oh, shark. So, it's just nice. Oh, okay, I was talking about how I basically recorded this. Wait, I'm kind of confused. Let me check something. There's some orbs over there, and some orbs over here. Okay, I just want to make sure I remember which ones I grabbed. Okay. So I actually did, like, just to see how fast I could get through the one, sort of like a speed run, just for fun. And this is a game I'm playing to really seriously speed run later. So I was just getting some establishing time. And, of course, I beat it as a hard mode on other occasions, but, like, I don't have to be like, oh, yeah, I'll just beat it again to prove it to you. Because, that could take some time. And while I don't mind putting in that time, it'd be nice if I could just say, yeah, there's this video series, go watch. And they'd be like, oh, you did? Okay. Like, it's just cool. Plus, I love the idea of being able to do, like, a unique challenge, like a Metamon challenge. Be like, oh, yeah, I did this really unique Pokemon thing. And be like, oh, well, how good did you do? And I'd be like, oh, well, you can just watch it, man. And it's kind of funny. And they'd be like, awesome. I'd like to see this interesting challenge you've done. Plus, I watch and enjoy a lot of Let's Plays online, so it's like, awesome. This is something I can do. And obviously, I know it's something I'll get better at, both on the editing and technical aspect, as well as just the talking, keeping them interesting, coming up with funny things. It's basically improv training and video editing training and video game training. The Vortex from the dark future will use the time machine to steal my globes. Okay, see, that's something important to know. So, oh yeah, it's just, it trains a lot of different skills. It actually puts something out there for people to see. It's just nice, and I hope I get, like, some good followers and stuff. Don't have to be anything super incredible. I don't have to be, like, the biggest name in the world or anything. I'm not that ambitious. I mean, I would love it if I was, sure, but I went too far. But honestly, I gotta check something real quick. But honestly, okay, so there's a glyph down there for when I get all the orbs. But honestly, oh, there's the other two, okay. But honestly, I just want to have fun playing the game and being able to share the experience. Maybe have a few jokes and stuff. And I hope people enjoy it, I'm not going to try some silly gimmick. I'm just going to be myself and see what happens. But that's enough, I guess you could call it meta commentary, talking about Let's Plays on a Let's Play, or whatever. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more sets of orbs on this level. I have the 2 that you saw earlier. I know that there's 2 in a cave down there. 2 sets, I mean, not just 2. And there's 1 over there that you saw 1 set, and there's, I think, at least 1 other set to the right of the other 2. So there should be like 4 more sets, I think. And easy mode, you don't have to get all of them, but I think they're still all here. So there's that. And this one's a little tricky because you have to go through like this thing. It's not that hard to figure out though, because eventually you're going to be like, how do I get in there? And you're going to try from every angle. But it is kind of tricky, and you only really need to know how in hard mode anyways. And, you know, it is supposed to be hard mode. Can't necessarily expect it to be easy. So, there's that. But these are, like I said, the longest levels, just collecting the orbs, and that's the part where it's like, okay. After this, though, oh yeah, he was telling me that 2 of his orbs, one of his pairs has been taken to the dark future. So that's right, after this, I'm soon going to be going to the dark future. And let me tell you, it's really amazing. Like, I really love this game, and how you can go to the different futures and stuff. And how you have to make sure the good future happens. Well, good for you, I guess, not really for the Vortex. But they're basically evil, so whatever. I kind of think that's funny, though, how it's like... I kind of wish... Maybe someone has done this, and I'm just not aware of it. But I would like... here's another wall. There's another way around that takes a longer way, but this is a shortcut. And that is deliberate, just like the other wall. Obviously, because this is a level that has a deliberate wall like that. Whoop! There you are. So, like, what if an evil, like, the Vortex or something did take over the world? And what if you look at it from, like, their perspective and, like, just go at, like, a normal citizen, and the normal citizen just, like, has a wife and stuff, and, you know, he's just living a normal life. He's not bad or evil just because his race is, you know? I just think that would be a really interesting concept. Maybe there is something like that, and if so, I would love to be made aware of it. I will have a Twitter. I don't have a Twitter yet, but I am making one for this Let's Play. Well, for when I start this Let's Play. So, hey, if anyone could tweet that to me, that'd be sweet. If there's any cool shows or movies or books or anything like that, I would really love to know, and I would definitely read it, give it a check it out, because I just think that's a really interesting concept. Like, how do you do that? Like, obviously the race is evil, so how do you convey the sense that their race is evil, but you still make the actual character likable and not evil? Like, okay, maybe it's like the government that's evil. Okay, but how do you... If you're just doing it in every man's life, how do you balance out the fact that all this evil, crazy stuff's happening without it getting, like, stupid or forcing a moral on? And I don't want some crappy story where the guy feels all guilty. I don't have the pulse on. What am I thinking? I don't want it to be one of those stories where the guy feels all guilty about what he is and everything. I want it to be where, you know, he acknowledges that his civilization has done bad things. But at the same time, he's like, yeah, but we've done good things. We've created this amazing medicine. We've done this. And yes, we've hurt other species, but look at all the advancements for our kind. And the species who have become our allies and helped us with our conquests, they're still treated pretty well, too. And equal rights are becoming more of a thing amongst the ones who are our allies. And there's a lot of war and intergalactic conquest still going on. But we've actually a pretty... Even if they have no allies and it's just them, they're really nice to their own citizens, for example. What if it was like a utopia society for citizens of it and for that species? But if you're not of that species, then they're a monster society of horrible resource-stealing fiends. Like, how would you create an interesting balance like that? And what if you create, like, an interesting, well-thought-out leader, you know? Not some evil queen who's just pure evil and it's like conquest. But how about, like, I think there's another pair down here. But how about a leader who is there another pair down here? I'll check. Who's, like, a kind of benevolent leader who loves her citizens. Yeah, there's no more down there. I think this is the last pair. So she's like, or he is like a benevolent, loving leader who cares deeply about their citizen, but, like, sees all the other races as inferior for whatever reason. Like, have this character who is so multifaceted, like, dark and evil, but at the same time sweet and loving towards their own kind, like motherly or fatherly or whatever their type of leadership is. Like, that would be really cool. Like, how would you balance that out? How would they justify their action towards other species? Would the everyman admit, yeah, that's kind of evil, or would he or she be against it? I mean, there's a lot of fun you could have with that. The Vortex has stolen my final pair. They came from the dark future. Without my final pair, I cannot give you the power you need to beat the Vortex Queen. Find my balls, Ecco. Find them. Touch them. Touch them good, and give them to me. Okay. There is no way to travel to the future with the ATLANTEAN time machine. The time machine can only move you up the stream of time into the past. Up? Oh, well, if it's a stream, it's moving towards the future. I get it. I like the water metaphor for the time. It actually works really well. You must find another way to travel to the dark future and return my balls. Alright. I will, dude. I think that message is also kind of to signify that I found all the pairs here and I can go. Because, it doesn't always give you a final message, but sometimes. But here he does, so it's kind of like, oh, I must be done. Or at least I'm significantly through. So that's good. So, like, how would they justify their evil? Would they justify it? Would they know that they're evil and monsters to others, but still kind and loving to them? I'm getting lost. But still kind and loving to themselves. Would they acknowledge the darkness that their species has done or has wrought? Or would they be like, no, we're good? Like, would they be pompous about it and not even realize it? I mean, there's obviously a really good story. There'd be different characters who each display a different viewpoint on the matter. Some would acknowledge their evil. Others would try justifying it, like denial and the hungry ones. Ooh, this one's fun. I just think it'd be a really fascinating story, you know? I guess I could write it. I am a writer, a screenwriter and stuff. And I did write a novel, but... sometimes to escape your enemy, you must become your enemy. Oh yeah, this is fun, this is fun. Now the hungry ones are what the dolphins call sharks. So we got some sharks, baby, and these sharks are like instant kill. Well, one hit will basically almost kill you. So, use the metasphere and oh yeah, I ate a medusa. And now I am a shark. They can't hurt me because I'm their friend, as far as they know. Oh, I love this power. It's so much fun to use. Okay, well, I gotta get that now. So, yeah. You'd have different characters with different knowledge, and then, of course, you'd have, like, at least one character who's fallen in love with one of the quote-unquote inferior races. Obviously, you'd have that. I'm a sucker for romance, what can I say? You gotta have at least one good old-fashioned romance in there. But I wouldn't want it to just be one huge romance story. Like, I really don't want that to be a story where the romance takes center stage, or... Because some stories are, like, really good. Whoa, I don't want to touch that. That's a trick. You don't want to touch that orb. Not that one. You want to go down here. But, like, some stories, like, they'll be really good, and you'll be reading them or watching them, you'll be like, oh, this is amazing. And then there'll be, like, a love story thrown in, you'll be like, oh, this is so boring now. You're getting so distracted by this love, I'm running out of air. Now, as a shark, I need to keep moving to refill my air. But these bubbles suck out your air, at least on hard mode. I don't know if they do on normal. So... like, the love story just usurps the entire story, and it just becomes all about the love story. And I hate stories like that. I love love stories. Like, WALL-E is one of my absolute favorite movies. And another one is Lilo and Stitch. Those are, like, two of my favorite movies. WALL-E and Lilo and Stitch. So, Lilo and Stitch isn't a love story, though, but WALL-E is. So you don't need love in your story for the story to be great. And done. But it doesn't hurt. Secret Cave. I do not remember this name. Like, I know I've played this one before. Oh, this is why I don't remember it, because you just quickly go into the 3D warp. This is also another one where the guy says to look for the magic arm or what. Whoa, shark. Oh yeah, baby sharks grow up fast. See, there it is. I think that is the magic arm, but it doesn't do anything, and it's not really magic as far as I know. Don't ask me what it is. I'm not sure. Maybe it's an alien. I really don't know. But, whoops, sharks. Oh, darn, I missed it. But, the thing is, I just think that'd be a really fascinating story. As long as, like, you know, it isn't... I love love stories. I just don't think they should usurp every story they're in. Like, they should just be a part of it. Like, just one of the elements. I just think that'd be really cool. Like, I guess you'd have to do it from, like, multiple characters' perspectives if you really wanted... Oh, I'm doing terrible. You know what? I'm just going to miss this ring and retry, because I am doing utterly terrible. So, yeah, I think it's one of those things where multiple characters or something, or maybe multiple stories that all interweave. But how would you end a story like that? Like, sure, you could be like, at the end they start to learn, like, they run away together to find a place where they can live together. But I mean, there could be, I'd rather have a non-traditional ending, you know? Like, what if instead he decides to keep her, the inferior race, quote-unquote, as, like, a slave or something? Okay, now I know that could hit on some people's nerves, but maybe like a pet. It's not, they just keep them as, like, cute little pets, and they don't make them, like, do labor. Okay, I think that's a little better, because I don't want touching any nerves. But, you know, and she's actually happy being it, because she knows that he still loves her and will take care of her and everything. And that they're more of a, like, a marriage type thing, but to the outside world they appear just to be like a pet in its owner. And they keep their true relationship like a secret. Like, that could be a good ending. Like, so many endings, it's like they run away together and find peace, or they change all of society, and I just feel like that'd be too big and like unrealistic. Like I think the society and stuff and largely the politics wouldn't change too much. Maybe you'd have a character who becomes involved in politics with the goal of changing the world for the better, who gets inspired to make things better for all races. I mean, you can do something like that, that's fine, but I don't want it to be where it's like... But I don't want it to be where... Whew, that was close. Where it's like... Suddenly at the end of the story, all the species live in peace and everything's good. Lunar Bay. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Oh, that guy's gonna hit me. I hate that. That's really annoying. Like I said, though, I don't want to be one of those cheesy, happy ending, like overly happy, oversaturated endings where it's like, nope, everything's just perfect now. Like, they've created perfect harmony and peace and happiness and love. Like, no, that's stupid. It's something with that level of we're superior, they're inferior mentality would not be solved that quickly. So I feel like it's something that would... It would resolve on a happy note, but something more interesting and unique. Like, not just the whole they run away and suddenly they find peace or whatever. Not they're rebelling against society. They just learn to find a way to fit within this society, but still be happy together. I think that'd be a much more interesting ending, and it's much more realistic to what people would actually do. Because people who live in societies where they're oppressed, and they can't do something they want to do, will usually find a way to get away with it. Without getting caught. I mean, obviously some people get caught, but... They usually find a way, and I think it'd be a really interesting concept if it was played out like that, instead of all the cliche story paths these kind of stories usually do. But I digress. It's time to go to the dark future.